everyone, welcome back to After Hours. It's been a little while since I last played, so let's just get right into it, shall we? Even with the cheerful music, the mood remains heavy as ever. However, I'm giving no time to think as I'm spun back around by a very worried son, frantically checking me for any injuries. Oh my gosh! Are you sure you're okay, Jeremy? You poor thing! You must have been so scared! I'm so sorry we weren't there sooner. If only we knew, we would have... Don't worry, I'm okay. Son? Don't worry about it, I'm okay. Son still looks guilty. He continues to check my arms and torso to see if I'm hurt, but at least he isn't pulling me around like a rag doll. I have to worry. Keeping everyone safe here is my job. If I can't protect one person, then... Son is visibly distraught. His rays are practically drooping. Seems that didn't help much. Calm him with a hug. Yay, he liked that. It's a bit of a reach, considering how tall he is compared to me, even when kneeling. But I managed to wrap my arms around Son's torso, hoping that'll calm him down. Son doesn't say anything, but instead hugs me back, his internal fans getting much louder. He has one arm around my torso, and one hand softly holding the back of my head. It's a gentle hug. That's so cute. It feels safe. We say nothing for a few minutes. I was trying to calm him down, but honestly, this hug is a huge comfort for me too. No wonder they're trusted with kids. Even as an adult, I feel an odd sense of security around them. Isn't that so cute? Considering what just happened, it feels nice. Question? Huh? What was Moon alerted to anyway? Oh, a little boy snuck in to see Freddy again. He seems irritated when he says that. Again? Wonder if it's the same guy. I thought of I thought of Gregory, but I highly doubt that. Yep, this isn't the first time the little rule breaker snuck in here. Something tells me that security isn't as strict as you would think, though if the kid managed to sneak in more than once. But if he just wants to see Freddy, then I don't really see a problem with it. It's not like the kid's hurting anyone. I doubt Freddy's gonna let him get into trouble. He seems almost playfully bitter. What did this kid even do? Maybe I should ask later. I have to keep going with the generators. I don't get very far though before I'm suddenly picked up by Son. What the? Where are we going? Son manages to carry me with one arm, using the other one to move various other objects in front of the massive door, making sure no one's getting in here. Can't you put me down though? No, after all that, there's no way I can leave you on your own now. That's so cute. I just like imagining him picking us up and be like just one-handed doing everything. I mean, he is an animatronic. He could hopefully pick us up pretty easily because I don't know how much we weigh. What if that person finds you here and we're not around? Son, we're in the same room. If that person somehow got in, I'm pretty sure you'd notice. Looking up at Son's face, I noticed the long cable lower from the ceiling and hook onto Son's back. Oh my gosh! I love this picture! You heard Moon. We're not taking any chances. We suddenly jerk upward, and I'm lifted into the air along with Son. I'll bet much faster and more recklessly than Moon. Hey, at least let me call Vanessa first. I don't think she even knows about that freak, since these staff bots didn't react at all. Oh, buddy. I mean, I don't know what I believe, if it's Vanessa or Vanny are the same person. Like, I kind of believe that, like, I don't know, I feel like I'm on the fence. I like seeing both, but I feel like canonly, it might be that she might be the same person. Oh gosh, you're right! Okay, but we're making it quick. Sure thing. Son suddenly changes directions in the air as we start heading back towards the desk. However, I think Son tried dropping from his height way too early, as we practically started free-falling towards the ball pit. Oh shit! Ah! Grab onto Son. I am just barely able to grab onto Son before gravity takes me. We're both tangled in the cable though. Oop, I love that. Once again, we're stunned into silence. Just when I thought things were calming down, I feel my heart going a mile a minute from adrenaline, and Sun's internal fans are on full blast. That's so cool knowing that, like, his fans are kind of like a reaction to, like, scaredness, if you will, or just any sort of emotion in general. I keep clinging onto Sun for dear life as we're slowly lowered into the ball pit. Clutching my chest with one hand over my racing heart, I'm able to get out of the tangled mess pretty easily. Sun is clearly having a harder time, though just trashing in the tangled cable. Sun, chill out. Let me get you out of that. No, no thanks. I'm fine. I could get out myself. I sigh, standing in silence for about a minute as Sun fails to get out himself. Sun? Sun finally stops, his faceplate drooping in defeat. Do you want my help now? Fine. Alright then, hold still for a second. Getting him out of the cable isn't hard. Once I'm done, I unhook the cable from his bag and let it retreat back to the ceiling. I give Sun a minute before I decide to speak again. You want to get out of the ball pit now? Yeah. I can't tell if he's upset or embarrassed at what just happened as we exit the ball pit and make the walk back to the desk. That's kind of why I don't use the cable. Funnily enough, I usually just leave it to Moon. Oh, really? Actually, I kind of get it now. Not to diss you or anything, but Moon seemed to know what he was doing, I think. Yep, he has a lot more time to practice because of patrols, plus being active whenever the kids are sleeping. So, he doesn't go free-falling and end up taking the cable? Well, no, but I could do it just as well. You want to try it again? Then, I can keep a timer for you. No, wait. What do you need a timer for? To keep track of how long you can go without getting tangled. No, I'm not doing that again. I can't help but laugh at Sun's embarrassment, all while the poor guy just crosses his arms and pouts. Okay, you don't have to do that. Just felt like messing with ya, is all. I playfully roll my eyes as I go to pick up my phone. Glancing back at Sun, I pull up Vanessa's contact on my phone and I hold it out for Sun to take. You want to call Vanessa for me? I can work on the next generator in the meantime. Yes, please! Sun wastes no time grabbing the phone and calling Vanessa, and I leave him to it as I go to sort out the next mess of cables. Okay, we got this. Just click the ones that I think fit. Bam! Nope, I was wrong. Okay. This is fun. Now that I know what I'm doing. Oh, there we go. Standing up straight, I shook my arms over my head as I glanced back at Sun on the phone. He has the device in front of him, probably on speaker mode, and he seems concerned? Not that I was really paying attention to what he was doing just now. There's no need for that. I'm sure you'll see what I mean if you look at the cameras. Maybe not right now, but whenever you have the time. I don't think she shows up on the cameras. He's waving his other hand in front of him nervously, and his rays have shrunk a little bit. What did Vanessa say to him? Sun glances over at me for a moment before Vanessa starts talking again, and he sets his attention back on the phone. If something really did happen, the staff bots would have let me know. But what if they don't? That shouldn't be possible. I believe if it was just one bot, but there's no way that many of them would just stop working out of nowhere. Well, what if they didn't think the person was dangerous? Sun, that's not possible. They're supposed to go off if they see someone that shouldn't be there. Look, I don't want to completely rule out what you're saying, but what you're telling me just doesn't add up. I'll ask Jamie about it later. I'll have to go check on the kid again. Before Sun can respond, Vanessa hangs up. His arms drop into feet as I make my way over to him, and he hands back the phone. Are you okay? Sun forces a smile and waves his hand in front of him nonchalantly. Yeah, I'm fine. Just worried? Yeah, no kidding. She thought that this was this weird bug we had. She thought it was this weird bug we had a while back. Maybe it was making me see things that weren't there? A bug. It's a long story. But she thought maybe I was hallucinating a rabbit we used to have here. When I told her the person was dressed like a rabbit? What? Yep, I tried telling her that it was real since you were there and there used to be a rabbit here? Yeah. I don't know much about him, other than his name was Bonnie. He was one of the glam rocks. Huh. Yeah, the others don't really like to talk about it, so... I guess it's something else we can ask Vanessa about later. Maybe. Remembering what I'm supposed to be doing, I put my phone back in my pocket and go to the computer to shut off the lights for the third time. Halfway there, glancing at the little digital clock in the corner of the screen, I keep a mental note of the time. 3 a.m. I sigh, not wasting any more time in turning the lights off, watching as the room dims around me, and my only source of light are the screens and the little charging station on the wall. Yawning, I step back from the computer. I know I have to hurry up and get this done, but now that my adrenaline is starting to wear off, I don't know if I can. I sigh and glance back at Moon, who's giving me a knowing look. Feeling tired again, Jeremy? Yeah. Probably a mix of the adrenaline and sugar starting to wear off, I think. Maybe I was hallucinating the rabbit after all. He smiled slightly at my joke. I smile slightly, because I'm like, what? He's not smiling at all. Moon, however, seems less than amused, giving me a deadpan stare. I clear my throat, reading the room and taking my flashlight back out. I take my flashlight back out, making my way a few steps past the desk. However, when I look back at Moon, I notice a cable lowering behind him. He points a finger at me and starts hovering off the ground. Stay there. I'll be right back. With that, he leaves, the cable allowing him to maneuver over the barriers of the daycare and disappears. Shrugging and lowering my flashlight, I stay put. Not like I was going anywhere anyway. I eventually decided to sit on the floor with my legs crossed and my chin resting on my palm. Since I have nothing better to do, I look around at my surroundings. Several towers of stacked foam cans, the sparkling floor, and large cutouts of the glamrock animatronics that decorate the place. For a place that's full of kids during the day, it's weirdly organized. Probably because of Sun. He did say that he never left this place, and I can imagine keeping it looking nice is a big reason why. I can't help but feel kind of bad though. Sun and Moon's entire lives are in this daycare. I know they have each other, but I can't imagine spending all my time in such a small area. The thing is, this area isn't even that small. The daycare is actually quite big, but obviously if you're there for a long time, it can eventually become small. My train of thought is cut off when a pair of red eyes peer at me just beyond the barrier. I sigh, pushing myself back up. There you are, Moon. Are we gonna... A loud ringing hits my ears, and I jump, dropping my flashlight. What? Covering one of my ears with one hand, I try to pick it back up. A familiar red haze overlays my vision. With it now back in my hands, I point it in the direction of the eyes. However, they disappear as quickly as they came, and the noise in my ears fades into nothing but the subtle ambience within the daycare. My arms drop to my sides. I hear the familiar sound of gears and robotics. When I look up, Moon is already entering the daycare. I'm not even sure if what I saw was real or my mind's playing tricks on me due to stress. Either way, I try taking deep breaths to calm down my rapidly beating heart as Moon approaches me, the cable unhooking from his back and retreating back up. I wanted to do a quick check around the daycare just to keep an eye on things. Also, I brought you this. He gives me an open can of Fizzy Fazz, and although reluctantly, I take it. An open can? Dude, did you take a drink of this? What the heck, man? So, nothing out of the ordinary? So far, no. That's good. He stares at me for a moment, as I take a long sip of the soda. Somehow it tastes even sweeter than normal. Did something happen while I was away? Your heart's racing. Oh. I'm not gonna lie to him. That's my husband. Tell him the truth. And you like that. I feel like we don't get that little Moon thing that often. Well, Moon's expression softens as he waits for me to answer. He's such a sweetheart. I was over here, waiting for you to come back. And over there. I point to where I saw them, just past the barrier. I saw these red eyes. I thought it was you at first, but then I started hearing this loud noise. Moon's eyes widened slightly. It was the same thing I heard when the rabbit lady attacked me, so Moon looks to where I'm pointing and takes a few steps towards it. Did it look like she was trying to get in? I don't know. She was just there? And right before you showed up, she just, well, vanished. I can hear Moon's internal fans getting louder. Hopefully that means she can't get in here. Yeah, that would be nice. The fact that she knows you're here, isn't good though. You don't say. I take another long drink of the soda, using my other hand to point my flashlight toward the structures. Shall we now? Moon tilts his head at me. Shouldn't you give it a minute? Why? I don't think trying to work with this level of stress is a good thing. I'll be fine. I've managed the past 12 hours on like 10 minutes of sleep. I'll live. Moon gives me a bewildered look, sighing in annoyance. Okay, we can check this one generator. Then you're taking a break. Sarcasm? I don't know if I want to be mean. I mean, it'd be kind of funny, but I'm just gonna say sure normally. I'm gonna say it sarcastically. Sure. Am I lying? Yeah. Moon nods his head at the structures, motioning for me to follow him as he leads me to the next generator. I set the soda can on the ground by the structure before I follow Moon in. I love how he just didn't really acknowledge the sarcasm. Like, you know what? I'm not acknowledging that today. I'm over it. He pops down next to the generator, looking over at me. Go on. I nod, putting my flashlight down so I can test the generator. I love how he's like slouching. He's slouching like an old man. Like, oh, my back hurts today. The machine's LEDs turn green as the mechanisms come roaring to life. Good, no problems. I do notice that my hand holding the switch is shaking a bit, though. More than normal. Something wrong? What? You're just staring at it. Oh! I switch the generator back off and pick up my flashlight before making my way back out the structure. After picking up the soda can I left on the ground, I wait a moment for Moon to follow, lightly tapping my foot on the ground. Moon stands back up, albeit still slouching, and gives me a concerned look. Are you sure you're alright? Yeah? Why? Moon points at my hand holding the flashlight. I didn't realize it, but I'm gripping the thing way tighter than I thought. I loosen my hold on it as I start walking back to the desk. See why I told you to take a break now? I roll my eyes. Yeah. Anyway. Moon stays silent, leaning back against the desk as I put down the soda and turn the lights on. I mark my progress and turn my flashlight off, watching as Sun sits on the desk, lightly kicking his legs back and forth. So, break time? I sigh. I can't. I have to finish this. Hey, you said you'd take a break after that one. Sorry, but I can't keep dragging this out. Come on, Jeremy, please. I make my way to the cables on the floor, being extra careful as I go to sit down since my hands are still shaking. A lot. Okay, well, this one's a little more confusing. Don't worry, we got this. Sun suddenly grabs my wrist and practically drags me away from the wall. You're shaking! It's not safe to do that now. Technically, he's not wrong. Well, hell, I'm practically vibrating. You sure that was a soda and not an energy drink that Moon gave me? I notice Sun rays are shrinking a bit, and he's avoiding eye contact? Sun? Sun, what did you do? Okay, maybe I put some sun drops in the drink. I thought it would help. He says it so fast that his words start blending together, and I can still understand him. Seriously? I'm sorry. Sun lets go of my wrist, staring at the ground like a kicked puppy. Uh-huh. I try to go back to the cables, only for Sun to drag me over to the desk again. Sun, really? I know I messed up, but messing with cables and machines with shaky hands isn't safe. I'll be fine. It's not a big deal. I'll be fine. No, you might get electrocuted. It's not that dangerous. Sun doesn't say anything for a moment before suddenly picking me up. What? 1 second. Well, everyone, I'm gonna leave this episode off here. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe, and don't worry, I'll be back for part 3. Goodbye, everyone.